Okay. That wasn't obvious.
No. No.
Excellent. So, Moshi, for next time, if we need to start a stream, let me show you. Come here. I can't remember where did we go? Where should we actually click? Anyway, you need to end up with this thing. We'll figure it out. But that was the screen you need to go to. I mean, you need to go there, then click that, and then it comes up with like an option for other things. Like go live. Click go live. And that shows you options for different things. We won't do that now. So that should be us now. Okay, yeah, so that's us right now. It wasn't very obvious. Okay, so now we need to find the scorecard for this next game.
Yeah.
Which will hopefully be not far away. How can we find that? So that's something else completely.
That's Netherlands.
Yeah, that was a few weeks ago they had this tournament. I think it was in Spain actually, yeah. That was really good. Yeah, it was in La Manga in southern Spain. I'm going there in a few weeks to play cricket.
Yeah, no, you can't access it that way.
Oh, where do you have to go then? Oh, it's the link, isn't it? In the description somewhere.
Of the YouTube video. Go to where you've got watching YouTube as a person.
Got it. So then how... okay.
You can only go by the direct links.
So you can't find it on the website itself?
No.
That's a bit suboptimal. Oh. Just copy and paste.
Apologies for the delay in the start of the stream for the second match. Here in our first morning of the Pepsi Cup 2019. Little technical bugs getting involved here, there, and everywhere. We can tell you that Panthers are bowling first, Winterthur batting. So that one's flicked off the pads. Fielder bowls it in from the boundary. Winterthur have already lost a wicket. Banaheka was out LBW to Bukhari. And the two batsmen who are out in the middle at the moment are Rohit Grover and Masmula. I'm joined in commentary by Nishant.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks very much for joining us. It's the second day of the fourth Ashes test, but we're commentating on the real cricket from the home of cricket here in Vinoř, in the outskirts of lovely Prague.
The home of cricket in the Czech Republic, certainly.
The home of cricket in Eastern Europe.
I know there's some people who might take us to task for that claim. Most of them being Czech, as we're not in Eastern Europe.
Is Czech Republic categorized as Central Europe then?
Czech Republic is the most central of all Central Europe.
So why historically has it been described as an Eastern European country?
It was only for political reasons when it was part of the Eastern Bloc. And it's just hung over from them because it was a lazy reference of referring to those countries that were aligned or controlled by the USSR. It's no one's unsure if my statement of Czech Republic being so central. Vienna is further east than Prague. Winterthur Cricket Club, who are batting, are from Switzerland, another Central European country. In their lovely red and white outfits. Very convenient, them wearing, having part of their shirts, especially the upper part, white when all matches in the Pepsi Cup are played with a white ball. I suppose it would be worse if it was a red ball, considering how much red is on their uniform. This is Winterthur's 6th time attending the Pepsi Cup, which means they have been a participant for every single Pepsi Cup that has been held.
Can you just check on that? Just make sure it's... paranoid about it now. Cool. I do like the Winterthur kit though. It can be best described as original in the way that it looks like somebody took a bunch of white shirts and decided to spray paint them, and halfway through ran out of red paint.
I've seen quite a few both rugby league and rugby union jerseys that are quite similar to the style of the Winterthur top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His second over, and that's nicely punched off the back foot. It was a bit uppish, it was just dying on cover.
A little bit more of an aggressive shot there.
I would say that was catchable.
It's the type of moustache that deserves some moustache wax sponsorship.
Yes. Perhaps next year the Pepsi Cup might be due for a rename. I'm not sure what brands of moustache wax are out there, but if anybody who owns a moustache wax company or is associated with one, maybe financial director for a moustache wax company, listening to our Pepsi Cup Prague stream on a Thursday morning, who knows? Czech Cricket could always do with a bit of sponsorship. It is one of the fastest growing cricket leagues in not Eastern Europe.
Indeed. Absolutely. The umpire calls that one wide. It was as wide as the bowler's moustache, which goes well past the mouth. Some lovely flourishes on the end.
I was having a quick chat to Thambira before the game, and he is a remarkably soft-spoken man. You expect a man with a moustache, as evil-looking as that, to be quite intimidating, but the only intimidation he's doing right now is with the ball.
You say evil. I don't look on it as evil at all. I think it was quite a glorious soup strainer and very debonair. The type that, and you referred to it as like an evil Bollywood. I think of it more of as a golden age of Hollywood leading man, something that you
Like
might have seen.
Burt Reynolds sort of thing.
No, way before then. I'm talking about the 1930s or even back to the 1920s, when only the good guy was allowed to sport a mustache as fabulous as what the bowler is wearing.
Well, I certainly think the last couple of deliveries had a little bit of malice about them, and the appeals for caught behind off blatant wides and consecutive deliveries are certainly a little bit sneaky, to say the least. And that's the sort of thing that makes a Bollywood villain. That's the sort of thing that makes a man deserve a wax moustache sponsorship.
Picks up the dot ball there. Batsman not really interested in the one outside of off. Over on the Banks field, Czech national team star Honey Gori has just picked up a wicket. Czechs are in the field first. So he's continuing his fine form from Romania last weekend, where he was one of the standout players of the entire tournament with both bat and ball.
Didn't he score about 200 off about 20 balls?
I know that he got a lot of runs. It was about what you said, about 200. I know that there was a little bit of a problem with the online scoring for his final innings, so that's why I wasn't sure exactly of the number he got. I know that in his first 4 innings he got 17 off 18, and then we got 32 off Turkey, 46 against Romania, and 66 against Luxembourg. One bounce and over the rope. This time for Winterthur. Honey also picked up 5 wickets in the tournament in Romania.
It's a very nice balmy day here in Prague.
Mm-hmm. Another wicket falling over on the Banks field. Honey's picked up his 2nd wicket already. Czechs are playing against Sledgehammers from India, Sledgehammer Academy, the holders of the Pepsi Cup trophy, won it for the last 2 years in a row. Here on the Chateau field, it's Winterthur who are batting at the moment. We've had 3 overs completed. 1 wicket has fallen. And Winterthur are on 24. Bowler making a couple more adjustments to the field, getting another man on the offside. There is 1 slip in place. 3rd man just pushes that one away. We have a backward point, cover, extra cover, and a long off. On the onside, there's a man backward of square, squarish mid-wicket and mid-on. Straight back to the bowler. The sliding, falling bowler manages to get a hand to it, take a bit of the pace off it. They're only able to get the single. Ball comes in again from the Chateau end. One strays down leg and the umpire has called it a wide. Hidayat again from the Chateau end. This one time it's gone wide-ish on the offside. It is called a wide and it has gone to the boundary, so there's 5 more to the total. Hidayat going wide one way, then wide the other way. It's proving to be a little bit costly for Panthers. Panthers team from Bahrain. Hidayat continues. This is his second over. That one's on the stumps this time, but played away through mid-wicket. Batsman get 1. He's thinking about the second, but his partner sent him back. Again, seeing a little bit of confusion between the batsmen in the running between wickets. We saw that was very detrimental for Awali in the last game.
It's fair to say the running between the wickets so far in both matches has been a little bit precarious. Oh, there's a nice looking shot which has just been tipped over the crossbar into the long grass. He didn't quite connect all of it. He was trying to hit that into the next district, it seemed, but just mistimed that a little bit. Still, it's a short, straight boundary. It looked like it was going straight down Long Off's throat, but I think that Long Off just lost himself in the boundary a little bit. He wasn't quite sure of his footing.
I think he was actually standing on the boundary when he got that touch to it, so even if he had have taken it.
Didn't get himself into a great position there.
Full toss. Oh, that's a terrible bit of fielding, and that is going to get really costly by going all the way to the boundary for 4.
Well, on this ground, you really need to make sure you put your body behind the ball. There was no deviation in that at all. There was some. We will see some odd fumbles, some odd bumps in the field over the next few days, but the fielder had no excuse there.
The outfield is much improved since you were last here, Nishan.
Yes,
we have done a lot of work on it this year, and it is a lot flatter than it was in the past.
I was just going to say, Terry, actually, is certainly the 30-yard circle looks very, very clear. I think it's a really good effort by all involved, because flattening out a ground at the best of times is not easy.
We were very fortunate to be able to get our hands on a heavy road roller, and we just drove it around the field.
Really?
Yeah, it's the quickest, cheapest way you can flat any piece of land. Having a multi-ton, as I said, road flattener, and basically it took 2 days of driving.
Really? So you're just driving in circles around?
Driving up and down in straight lines. Our couple of different people. It was about a day and a half. We just couldn't quite get the whole thing done in the first day. But it has made a massive difference. We still have a long way to go for it to be anything resembling carpet. It will be it is a long-term project of getting this to the best state that it can be.
Well, every time I come back to see the state of cricket in Prague, you can see the changes in development, all the progress being made each time. As that ball is dispatched for one of the best shots of the day so far. That
was
like
fantastic.
A reasonable delivery, but the batsman was onto that so quickly, absolutely dispatched with the utmost disdain.
Straight out of the middle, perfectly timed, getting 4 runs for his effort. Masmula, the batsman, is starting to look like he's upping a gear, but
that seemed like an ambitious appeal there, as Masmula attempted a repeat of the same shot as before, pick up over leg side. I was quite interested to note that in the first game, the Awali team in our post-match interview mentioned the nature of the pitch, and that when the game started, the ball came onto the ball very easily, due to the dew, which I hadn't realised would be a factor. But they said it slowed down and became very hard to hit as the game went on. I thought that might be stretching excuses for a 200-run defeat, in all honesty. That looks like a very strong-looking appeal. That's the... And that's the third very strong-looking appeal. And I feel like the umpire was bound to give one sooner rather than later.
so just as he looked like he was starting to get going, Masmula departs. He looks dejected, not necessarily unhappy with the decision, but unhappy that he's not still there, not able to go on with what he started. Habib Rahman, the bowler from Panthers, has picked up that important wicket for them. Continues from the southern end. New batsman is defensive to start. Just finding his feet, getting a feel of the conditions, seeing how the ball is coming onto the bat. Rahman again. Oh, this is been called a wide. Batsman had a bit of a flail at it. Did not get anywhere near it. Rahman completes his successful over, as far as Panthers are concerned. Picking up the wicket. Five overs being completed now. Winterthur Cricket Club from Switzerland. 2 wickets down. I believe they are on 48. Just waiting for the online scoring to update.
Get the body in, get the head out of the way.
He's in fact 2 for 53 after 5 overs. And we've had a change in the bowling. We'll wait for confirmation of the new bowler. Trundles in, strays onto the legs, batsman flicks it away, and they'll get the single. I believe it's Taimur Khan, the bowler, who is now coming from the Chateau end. And the batsman on strike now for Winterthur, the newer batsman, Ganana Sekaram. Ganana Sekaram.
Photo finish.
And that is a lovely way to introduce himself. First ball that he's faced from Khan, and he just puts it straight back over his head for 6. All good. Ball has been retrieved from the farmer's field behind the oval. Winterthur now on 60.
It's great to see the Pepsi Cup back in its 6th edition now. We have teams from New York and Canada, Bahrain, Doha. It's becoming more and more.
Oh, he's bowled him. Fantastic reply there from the bowler Khan. Gets hit for 6 and says, no sir, you shall not do that again. Away with you. Sends the bails flying. And you often hear cricketers talking about in test match situations of that 2 for 20, the shifting. That if you imagine 2 wickets falling and 20 runs added to the current score, who would actually be in the situation? Obviously, for T20, you can't apply something like that. I would say a shift from 60 runs for 2 wickets to 60 for 3.
It's a balanced game so far. Balanced game so far. There needs to be a period of consolidation here, you feel, from Panthers.
I think when it was 1 for about 52, Winterthur would have been feeling as though they were in a good position. Not necessarily in control, but slightly ahead in the balance. Now that has definitely switched. If there is any favouritism in that scoreline, lost 3 wickets in the power play, I think would go towards the bowling side. Bowlers just have to stop his run up to a fielder saying something. Khan again from the Chateau end. Nice looking ball. Here's a very languid action, Mr. Khan. Not really any menace in it. Doesn't look like there's any bite, but he's... He has bitten already this over. The batsman gets a single.
Well, I think it all boils down to hitting the deckers I've been banging on about so far. And he has a very upright action.
He's
and
given him.
That looked plumb.
No, he's indicating...
And
A word to umpires. If you're indicating it's going down leg side, don't stick out your finger in an upward motion.
that looked like it kept just a little bit low, and it looked very adjacent from where we were.
I'm not surprised with it not being given, but it was only when the umpire's index finger was pointing towards the sky when
At least shake your head to give us some sort of mental preparation.
Yes.
We need to be mentally prepared for what's going to come first.
I did. That, as one of my roles in Czech cricket is overseeing the officials, I will be having a word with that official who is one of our local umpires about his technique in that regard. Flicked off the pads there. Batsman will pick up one more. And it is Rehman continuing from the southern end.
That is a shot and a half.
It's beautiful.
One of the first authentic, pure cover drives I can remember seeing this morning.
Indeed. They are usually few and far between in T20 cricket, but it is, well, we as spectators will always appreciate it when they do occur, when they crop up. They still have a place. See what Rehman has in reply. He picked up a wicket in his previous over. He did also go for 11 runs in that over. Fuller this time.
It's not quite a cover drive, it's much straighter this time, just to the left of what was already a wide looking long off. Just
For
chipped,
the same result.
chipped, and timed very nicely, and you are getting value for your runs today.
Batsman Grover looking like he enjoys scoring through the covers. We are seeing some adjustment in the field, but no one in the deep covers, no one riding the boundary out there, so he's still going to have opportunities.
That's a much better delivery there. That's a top of off stump sort of line, which you're not going to go wrong with too often in all forms of cricket.
Not at all.
And once again, the cover looking, well, I'm not quite sure how he's managed to play a cover drive through point there, but it it certainly looked delectable, and these bowlers would be well advised to keep away from bowling anything outside off, because
Yeah.
anything is,
Especially as wide as outside off as that one was.
yes, that was begging to be hit.
Which is, I think, part of the reason why he didn't get the middle, and it was not an actual edge, but it was towards the edge, hence where it went through the field to the boundary. And he's wide outside of off again, but a play and a miss this time. He's sticking with that line.
I would say you have to try bowling it right on the stumps to Grover. We've seen that he's very, very competent at putting anything outside off to the boundary. Or at least have some cover on the boundary. Have some cover on the offside boundary, especially if you've got a long boundary there.
Yep.
You can have somebody at deep cover, deep point sort of area.
True.
Cut off his strength.
Yep. 7 overs completed here. Winterthur 74, with a loss of 3. I'd say they'd have to be happy with those runs. Just over 10 and over. Khan continuing from the Chateau end. He's wrapped him on the pads.
Looked like a very reasonable appeal there.
Umpire was shaking his head quite quickly. Seemed to be quite certain it was going down leg. Not interested at all.
That looked like a very good shout to me, Terry. I couldn't see an
It did
awful
from
lot.
here, from our angle. The fact that we're
You got a bit of a way
60
across
metres
the
away,
stumps.
65 metres away.
Seemed like you got across the stumps just a little bit. I thought, if anything, the height might be the issue. You see them just bringing a fielder from leg to off. Let's see if that brings around a change in line.
And for Khan bowling, they do have the man on the boundary on the offside.
That's a very short offside boundary as well, so you don't have much room for leeway there. Oh, that one's just dipped a little bit low, it seemed.
It also looked like, as a result of that man being on the boundary, that Grover was looking to play straighter instead of going to that area. And this is part of the reason why he's played and missed. Oh! That is a drop, and I can tell you exactly why that fielder has dropped that ball, because he wasn't looking at it. It was hit straight to him, just about shin height, and he turned his head just before it reached him. You don't take catches when you're not looking. Half-hearted appeal for wrapping the batsman on the pads.
Well, there was a comedy of errors there. SRB, but short third man, ended up walking straight past the ball, but it didn't cost the fielding team any runs.
We did eventually get a late leg by call from the umpire. Khan comes in, shorter this time.
That's a very good line, and it's a but dearie me. Terry, I have no words.
I was about to ask you, talk us through that and go back to the start, but if you've got no words, I'll attempt. A lovely cut shot, pierces the two fielders.
Well, it was good
inside
bowling.
The circle.
It was good bowling. It was good batting. Good captaincy.
Mm-hmm.
You had a man there.
But he managed to get that one spot where it went through the two fielders on the circle. The man on the boundary comes around, should be perfectly picking it up so that it does not go for 4, but he kicks it over the boundary.
You had one job there. But at least now we're seeing the tactics come into it. I like that a lot. They brought the man from leg to off like I'd suggested in the previous over.
Yep.
The bowler bowled it exactly where you wanted it, just outside off. Absolutely perfect, absolutely fine.
Correct.
The batsman played it perfectly, dissected the field,
Yep.
no risk shot, timed
In
it
the
perfectly.
only place there where he could have.
Dissected the field perfectly. And the fielder probably had about 30 yards. I think, to be fair, if anything,
about 20 yards.
the ball gained on him. It did pick up a bit of
Yeah.
momentum.
It does pick up in that little sort of corner,
Yeah.
which is over to the right of the camera, just outside of your shot. There's a little bit of a decline, and so the ball will race up, will get some speed actually the closer it gets to the boundary.
Just a bit downhill in that corner as well, isn't it?
Yeah. With a bowling change coming on from the southern end is Bilal Alavi. Bilal used to play cricket in the Czech Republic. He used to live here. He used to be a member of Prague Cricket Club until he moved to Bahrain. And this is the second year he's come back here with Panthers.
Oh,
it's another mistake up in the field.
Imagine going all the way from Prague to Bahrain, just to come back to Prague, and then your first ball welcome with a piece of fielding that makes you wonder why you made the 5,000-mile round trip in the first place.
Indeed, fielder just only half-heartedly trying to get down to it and letting it go straight through him for 4. You go tell him to turn it off, please.
Vinoř.
Captain Czech Republic is taking the field again. Excellent shoot to the
Ciao, Arshad. How are you doing?
Good.
कैसे हैं आप? ठीक है.
Hello.
Arshad.
How are you?
Like, it's annoying to me for this. The concept of being able to stand there on a loudspeaker to a volume that the players are hearing their own fucking names while they're trying to bat and bowl. Like, are you serious? So Panthers now 1 for 23. They have one more ball of this third over remaining. Ashraf, the man dismissed, caught behind off the bowling of Lakshitha. He scored 18. And I'm now joined in the commentary by Moshi. You may have heard him briefly in the first innings. Batsman gets one on the pads, no appeal. So after 3 overs, Panthers 1 for 23. How are you, Moshi?
Yeah, good. Just watching the Czech game on the other field.
How do you think they are doing?
Well, considering that they're playing such a good opponent in the Sledgehammers. I think they're doing very well. I'm not sure what their score is currently batting, but bowling they did very well. I interviewed one of the Czech players and he said that he is very happy that they managed to keep Sledgehammers under 200.
Absolutely. Yeah, that is definitely a good effort. It sounds like, though, that we've lost the first wicket. The Czechs. We'll update you when we get confirmation of that. But we'll return to Winterthur versus Panthers as the bowler comes in. Outside of the off stump, played at missed. Vinoř is the bowler continuing, and Moshi will do a little bit of commentary in Czech as the bowler comes in. Little push from the batsman, easily fielded.
Odpáleno nemoc velkou silou přímo k hráči v poli, takže žádný běh z tohoto míčku.
Here comes the bowler again. Batsman comes forward, but then only blocks it.
Odpalovač si přišel k míčku a vypadalo to, že zkusí odpálit nějakou velkou ránu, ale jenom tam vlastně dal pálku a míček nikam neodletěl, takže žádný běh.
So 2 dot balls to start with. Here's the next delivery. Big swing. He's cleared. Fielder inside the circle, but the man on the boundary will come around and collect it.
Nadhazovač odpálil míček a byla to rána poměrně hezká, ale neměla dost síly na to, aby dojela mimo pole pro 4, takže hráč v poli zachránil a jsou to 2 běhy.
Vinoř in again. Trying to take a quick single, and the fielder unable to pick it up cleanly, so they do get the 1 run.
Jenom taková malá peč od odpalovače a je to 1 běh, takže body se pomalu přičítají do skóre odpolujícího týmu.
So Panthers 1 for 26. This should be the final ball of the over. It's wide-ish of off stump, but just through for a dot ball.
Nadhazovač nadhodil a odpalovač zkusil ránu, ale netrefil míček, takže brankář to v pohodě chytil a není to žádný běh. Takže celá dobrých 6 míčků od nadhazovače.
Fantastic. So after 4 overs, Panthers are 1 for 26. And Moshi, you play cricket here in Prague with Chateau, the Cricketové Academy.
Yeah.
And how was that?
Yeah, good. We go to the nets every Saturday. Yeah, I enjoy it, and then there's an occasional tournament. So yeah, it's really good. Really enjoy it.
Excellent. How long have you been playing cricket?
Well, in the nets, this was my first year going there, but before I used to play at Gampa. Just a small group of us went there and we played softball cricket matches and that.
Dobrý. So, We do have a bowling change. Rohit Grover now bowling from the Chateau end. He was the main run scorer for Winterthur in the first innings, getting 92. He comes in. It's wide of off stump. The batsman cuts it away. It's stopped but not cleaned, not fielded cleanly, and the batsman get 1 run.
Odpál, vypadalo to, že chvíli to vypadalo, že to možná půjde na 4, ale hráč v poli to nakonec dokázal zastavit. Když se na něj dívám, tak vypadá, že to bolí ruka z toho, ale zastavil, zachránil 4 body, takže odpalovač dostal jenom 1.
And it's a repeat of the previous ball, but the fielder had moved back on the boundary. But again, a bit of a fumble, and this time the batsmen get 2.
Stejný odpal, ale tentokrát byl hráč víc vzadu, ale pořád, když k němu přijel míček, tak se mu to odrazilo od nohy, takže 2 běhy pro odpalovače.
This one's much straighter, gets him on the pads. Should be 1 leg by, and it is signalled by the umpire.
Dobrý nadhoz, odpalovače to trafilo do chrániče na holeně a nohy, takže je to 1 běh.
Here comes Grover. Batsman, the onside drive for 1 run.
1 běh pro odpalovače.
Here comes Grover. Pushed to the mid-on region, and the fielder stops it well, so he prevents any runs.
Dobrý odpal, ale přímo k hráči v poli. Ten to zastavil, a takže žádný běh. Chvíli to vypadalo, že nebo vlastně odpalovači se připravovali k běhu, ale nakonec si řekli, že nepoběží, a takže žádný běh z tohoto míčku.
So Moshi, how are you finding playing with a hard ball now?
Well, batting against a fast bowler, I'm not as confident, or I always feel a bit scared because it's a hard ball, but otherwise, of course, I used a plastic bat before with a soft ball. Now using a wooden bat, it's different, it's heavier, but I think I'm getting more used to it.
Excellent. We have a change of bowler. Unfortunately, he's one of the few members of Winterthur who do not have a number. Shortish, and it's pulled away, and that's 4 runs. Excellent shot.
Skvělý odpal od odpalovače, 4 běhy. Jak se tady řeklo, nadhazovač nemá číslo, ale tento odpal má čísla 4 body.
Bowler has to interrupt his run-up. Hey! Round! Don't... Yeah, you have to go around.
Žádný běh z tohoto odpalu. Nazoď se rozebíhá na další míček. A je to ve vzduchu a hráč v poli nedokázal chytit míček, takže odpalovači jsou pořád ve hře a je to jeden běh.
Fielder unable to judge that one. It was skied very high, but he came too far forward and it went over his head. The bowler continues. Oh, sharpish caught and bowled chance. Just pushed forward, probably a little bit too much pace on the ball than the batsman expected. Very, very low. The bowler did well to get anywhere near it. Only a half chance.
Dobrý míček, rychlejší než ostatní. Odpolovač to trefil zpátky k nadhazovači, který to minul, ale má za sebou hráče v poli, takže zastaveno. Tento míček odpalovač jenom trošku ťuknul za sebe, trefilo to brankáře do nohy, od které se to ale odrazilo trošku dál, takže odpalovači měli možnost získat jeden běh a tuto možnost využili.
Good running there by the Panthers batsmen. They're now looking for a possibility of a second of an overthrow, but it wasn't there. It's a nice offside drive from Khan, we have listed, but that looks like field out to me. A little bit of confusion with the number of one of the Panthers batsmen. And do you bowl as well, Moshi?
Yeah, I bowl. I prefer bowling with the hard ball than the soft ball. It doesn't bounce as much because before it kind of just bounced up and the batsman could easily just pull it away. And yeah, I like bowling. I much preferred bowling to batting, but since I just got a new bat, I think I'll enjoy batting more than I did before.
Excellent. So after 6 overs, Panthers 1 for 39. Grover continuing from the Chateau end. It's hit straight back past him. They get one. In the end, it was lucky to get the one. The non-striker had dawdled to the other end, and a good sharpish throw almost had him off guard.
Jeden běh z tohoto nadhozu. Teď nahozač na další. Přetrefeno a zastaveno hráčem v poli, takže pouze jeden běh pro tým odpolovačů, kteří potřebují začít získávat víc běhu, jestli chtějí mít šanci vyhrát tento zápas. Potřebují celkově ještě 187 nebo 6, myslím.
He hit through the covers just wide of the fielder and he's unable to get down to it and has gone all the way for 4.
Dobrý odpal mezi hráče v poli a je to 4, ale takovýchto odpalů by potřeboval tento tým víc. Nadhozovač připravuje nadhoz, rozebíhá se a trefeno do země spodní částí pálky přímo do země, takže žádný běh pro tým Panthers. A tyto míčky bez běhu už je začínají docela bolet, že potřebují hodně běhu a zatím tyto běhy dostávají. Ale dobře zastaveno poli, takže je to běh, protože hráč poli přehodil svého spoluhráče. Dobrá taky. Takže nakonec získali odpalovači jeden běh, ale odpal nebyl nejlepší a potřebovali vyzlepšit.
Indeed, a little bit of a mix-up with the batsman there, looking for the first, but due to a poor throw, they were able to get a run in the end. Here comes Grover, going to Ibrahim, flicks it to square leg, fielder collects no run.
Opět taková má teč na stranu, kterou jsme od odpalovačů Panthers viděli už několikrát, ale předtím se jim z takovýchto odpalů vydařilo dostat i běh, ale tentokrát se to nevydařilo a potřebují běhy a rozhodně se zlepšit. Potřebují 182 běhů k výhře a nemají k tomu hodně míčků. Už se blíží pomalu, ale jistě k polovině svých míčků. Odpáleno a to je 4. Ne. Myslím, že pouze 2 běhy. Takové to potřebují odpalovači začínat dávat i 6. A to co nejrychleji a co nejvíc. Další nadhoz. Opět přímo rovně k nadhazovači, který to opět minul, projelo mu to pod tělem, když se vlastně dostal k zemi, ale má za sebou hráče, který to zastavil a žádný běh do Panthers.
Bowler comes in from the southern end, smacked back, just a little squarer of mid-off. Fielder's able to stop it, so no run.
Did you get my message?
Žádný běh.
Miss his voice. Couldn't hear him much. You fine, but him no.
Nadhazovač se rozebíhá k dalšímu nadhozu. A odpáleno přímo k hráči v poli, ale on odpálil to po zemi, ale skočilo to, ale nic to pro hráče v poli neznamenalo. Dokázal v klidu zastavit.
A big swing and a miss there.
Odpalovač se snažil odpálit. Chtěl odpálit velkou ránu na 6, což by potřeboval, ale netrefil se bohužel pro něj do míčku, takže žádný běh a to vyhovuje týmu, který nadhazuje. Nadhazuje velmi dobře, drží skóre protivníka nízko. Opět se odpalovač snažil trefit nějakou velkou ránu, opět se netrefil, ale brankář posunul míček po zemi zpátky nadhazovači, ale netrefil se přímo na něj, takže odpalovači dokázali poběžet a jeden běh, ale čas, nebo spíš míčky, už jim ubývají a potřebují začít trefovat 6. A to ještě nezvládli. Ani jednou v tomto zápase.
And we can update you on the situation in the match between Czech Republic A and Sledgehammer. Remembering that Czech Republic are batting second, needing 193 to win. After 8 overs, they've lost 1 wicket. Ushan was bowled for 8. And Honey Gori is currently, I believe, on 27, with a score of 1-4-56.
Once again, he is batting very well.
So Grover continuing from the Chateau end. Batsman guides it to the gully fielder, no run.
Tento míček bez běhu. Dobře zastaveno v pole, lehké pro hráče, na kterého míček jel.
Panthers 1 for 50 in the 9th over. Skied that one. There's nobody out there though. Fielder's chasing, trying to cut it off. Waiting to see, and it has dribbled over the boundary for 4. Nice shot.
4, letělo to vzduchem, nikdo tam však nebyl, aby to mohl zachytit. Spadlo to na zem a jenom si to dojelo pro tu 4, kterou si ta střela zasloužila.
Grover to Ibrahim again. He goes to similar territory, but he pulls this one a bit finer. They had put a man basically out exactly where he'd hit the previous 4. So he went finer and gets 4 runs.
Další 4. Hráč šel přímo tam, kam to odpalovač předtím odpálil, ale on to dal ještě trochu víc doleva, takže je to další 4. Další velmi hezká rána.
Ibrahim goes a little wider outside of off stump this time. Batsman looks very dismayed of why it was not called a wide.
Odpalovač zkusil odpálit a netrefil se a byl trošku naštvaný, že rozhodčí nedal, že je to moc daleko od branky. Teď to výborně trefil pro 4 běhy.
It was an excellent shot, and Ibrahim has really upped the run rate in this over. He's been enjoying the bowling from Grover. 3 4s hit from it.
Odpalovač už trefil
No, oi!
4.
Don't.
4 míčků, se nemýlím. Ale teď to je pouze 1 běh.
So a single from the final ball of the over. Ibrahim will keep the strike. And that should be Panthers at 1 for 59. Ibrahim and Bilal Alavi batting. Sorry, the score has just been updated. There was something that was missing from what we were seeing. It was 1 for 63 after 9 overs. As Honey Gory hits another 4 over on the Banks field. At the end of the 9th over, the Czech A were 1 for 62. So he's added at least 4 more to that. And how many kids are you playing with on those net sessions on Saturdays at Bolshamska?
Well, people, since I started going there, some people aren't there anymore, but new people came, but I don't know exactly, but I'd say maybe around 15, I don't know, I'm not sure, something like that. 15.
Okay.
And in the winter we play inside like a tennis bubble, so that's where we get to play more games, like matches.
Yeah, it's excellent that here in Prague we have some proper cricket nets in a tennis centre, and so we can use their indoor tennis facilities, so we can have training all year round. New bowler on from the southern end is Masmula, and he's managed to beat the bat, but it has gone all the way to the boundary. Abraham still on strike.
Is there any way of getting the
Zatím
next
nejlepší odpalovač Panthers. Teď dal 4, mám 26 bodů z víčku, ale myslím si, že to už asi bude víc. Ale teď je to
Run out, Honeygory.
yeah, venku. Honey, so yeah, Honeygory run out on the other pitch, which is a big loss for the Czech team as he is a very good batsman.
A ball or two ago, the Czechs were 1 for 74. Bowler continues. Going for the quick single. Throw comes in. Oh, looked very close, given not out. I think the ball actually ricocheted off the back of the bowler onto the stumps there.
Ospal, hráč v poli dobře zastavil a hodil a od nadhazovače se to odrazilo do branek, ale podle rozhodčího byl Ospalovač za čárou, takže je v pohodě. Teď zkusil brankář schodil branky a doufal, že je Ospalovač mimo čáru, ale rozhodčí, který má přímo krásný pohled ze strany, řekl, že to není a z našeho pohledu se špatně řekne, jestli má pravdu, ale myslím si, že asi je.
Swing and a miss, and it's beaten the keeper as well. That will be a bye.
Ospalovač zkusil opět velkou ránu, opět se netrefil, ale brankář to nezachytil, takže to projelo a hráč to nastavil jeden běh. A teď žádný běh, že je to dobrý nadhoz a Ospalovač to jenom obranou střelou trefil přímo zpátky k nadhazovači. A v druhém hřišti Panthers are 70, loss of 1 wicket. Not batting very well, and it doesn't look as if they're gonna get the 157 runs required.
So, when you're holding the microphone, just make sure it's quite steady distance, right?
Yeah.
So that means that you can adjust. Yeah, but it means you can adjust your volume. So this is about ideal distance. So if we're sharing a microphone, it just means you have to lean in slightly. This distance is fine, but make sure you speak nice and clearly. It's important that you open your mouth very wide. Okay?
Yeah.
So what you're doing right now is, so just imagine a listener at home. They're getting inconsistent volume, so it's a bit difficult to hear what you're saying. Yeah? So right now, what you're doing is sometimes you're going like this, sometimes you're going like that. You know, so the microphone needs to be a constant distance. Whatever distance that is, it doesn't matter, but so long as it's constant. Meanwhile, on the Banks field, Czech Republic national, not the national A team, are 75 for 2 chasing Sledgehammer, who put up a total of 192 for 6.
Je to odpál. Letěl vzduchem, ale dopadl na místo bez hráče v poli. A jeden běh pro tým Panthers, kteří už jsou za půlkou nadhozu, ale rozhodně ne za půlkou běhu. Za půlkou míčků, ale ne za půlkou běhu. A teď se nedomluvili odpalovači, ale vyšlo jim to. Mají 2 běhy.
So Panthers need about 15 and over now. They've not hit a single 6 in their innings so far. How do you rate their chances, Moshi?
Well, I mean, unless they start hitting it a lot, for more 6s, they need to hit a 6, as they just hit a 4. But no, I don't really think. Like, if they had more overs, then yeah, but no, I think 28 runs from 32 balls, that's kind of like not a 20-20 run rate, really. You want to have, not the run rate to win.
So just keep it about here. And then just lean in when you need to talk. Like, this is a good distance. Oh yeah, and you're still rocking off. There's Moshi there coming in off the long run. Doesn't like the way that Ibrahim's batting. I wonder if these two will share a word in the post-match interview.
Well, I mean, he's the best batsman for his team so far, but he's batting more like if he still had 40 overs to chase it down, or even if he was playing Test cricket, kind of more than T20 with him needing 142 runs from 9 overs.
Well, goodness me, Moshi, I think Mr. Ibrahim has heard you, because since you started your tirade against him, he's hit 2 fours in a row.
If he keeps hitting 4s, then yeah, if he gets a 6, then maybe it could get him off the mark with the 6s, and you never know. As it's hit straight back to the bowler from that ball, so no runs for Panthers. That is wide.
Well, I think Mr. Ibrahim has certainly heard you, Moshi. He's definitely trying.
Yeah, he's trying to go for the big shots, the 6s. This one bounced, and the fielder managed to get to it, so it's 1-1. He tries to do a similar shot, but it hasn't really worked out. Where they're going for 2. They
Oops!
get
Ouch! And that is an ouchie, as we call it in the business.
Not nice, that.
Tell us what happened there, Moshi.
Well, they were running for 2, and obviously he needed to run and wasn't concentrating on the ball flying. He was only concentrating on getting back to his crease, and the ball hit him at the back of his bat. The back of his, at his back, and hit his back. It's a single for Panthers. It's not pleasant when the ball hits your back, or really any part of your body that isn't padded.
Ooh. Bit of unconvincing fielding at the cow corner there.
Yeah. Khan.
They're trying to hit the ball very hard, aren't they? They're just not getting the timing.
Well, I mean, they know that they need 6s and a lot of runs, but I think they're trying to put too much power in it, so they're mistiming their shots. And Khan playing pretty much every ball of that over straight on, and the fielders have it covered, so no boundary in the 12th over, and it's not good for the Panthers. I think that even a wicket could maybe freshen things up for the Panthers. Maybe a new batsman, more relaxed.
So you suggesting to me, Moshi, that the Panthers should lose a wicket? Oh! I think they've heard you out there, Moshi. Moshi clearly not enjoying these 2 at the crease, describing them batting at test match pace. I really am looking forward to this post-match interview. It should be tasty at this rate. What sort of questions are you going to ask them? What the hell do you think you were doing out there?
Why didn't you hit more 6s? I don't know.
I'm looking forward to that.
But, I'm not suggesting when the ball comes in, get out of the way and let it hit your stumps. But, try and hit it, and don't feel the pressure that you don't have to be out, because you've only lost 1 wicket and you need a lot of runs. So just try and go for it. And
it does feel like they're feeling the pressure quite a lot. There are a lot of wild slashes. They seem to be trying to hit the ball too hard.
Yeah.
To me, they're not letting the ball come onto the bat, not letting it time. And that's another good example. There's another short and wide ball.
Another swing and a miss. Well, when you try and hit the ball too hard, you have to kind of balance the strength and the timing of the ball. And so.
Oh, that's one of the first dodgy bounces that we've seen all day.
That's Vinoř.
Is he going to try for 3? He's trying for 3! That has to be out. That looked out by a mile.
Yes, it is out.
And it was out by a mile. So they've taken your advice, Moshi, and they've run themselves out.
Well, who is it? Is it Abraham? Or not quite sure who was run out. There, I have to wait for it to update on the screen. But I think.
Is that Bilal? I think that's Bilal, isn't it? The former Prague player who is now based in Bahrain.
Well, yeah, I think.
Do you want to go there now and ask him?
I think maybe it could freshen things up a bit. They've only lost 2 wickets, but they haven't scored any runs.
They have been going rather sedately, I have to say.
It's more like if they were playing maybe 40-40 and it was the 12th over and they still had, still had about 28 to get the score and not 8.
It's another wide ball, and yes, it's given. That seemed quite a fair call. What do you reckon, Moshi?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's the same bowler that was bowling from this end. It's definitely another unnamed, unnumbered bowler, but there are 2 of them, I believe, in the team, so I'm not quite sure which one of the 2 it is.
Okay, so important thing about commentary, right, Moshi,
Yeah.
is that if you're doing, so imagine this is like TV commentary or internet commentary, right? So
Yeah.
people are seeing the pictures at home, right? So you want to be telling them what they can't see, okay?
Yeah.
You don't want to be telling them what you can't see.
Yeah.
Silence is okay from time to time, that's fine. The main things are trying to improve the viewer's experience at home, right? So you tell them what they can't see. So we've only got one camera here. So you tell them
You can't see the app.
they can't see behind you, they can't see here, they can't see. So you can see what picture they're seeing now, right? That's as much as the viewer can see, which is a very, very small snapshot of what we can see, isn't it? So in terms of players and all of that, it's nice to be able to know, like we're lucky that we have these sorts of apps. So then if you pay close enough attention to these, you can actually learn which players are which. So if you looked at which, some of these are wearing helmets, some of them have got numbers on and that sort of thing. And then based on that, you can actually tell who's bowling and who's batting. It looks like they're getting run-outs non-stop, right?
I think that's a catch.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I just heard someone say outstanding catch, and none of the wickets were broken. Moshi? And a wicket.
Washi looks the least thrilled person of the 3 to be there.
He's looking suitably Czech,
Looks like a young Stuart Broad, doesn't he?
despite all of the England apparel. It's like I might have some English clothing on, but I will keep a non-emotional Czech
Czech
expression.
Yes. How's the beer?
Good.
Smith has got another 100.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, wasn't he out?
No, he's not out.
No.
And I
I haven't really
just
checked.
updated and went.
I haven't checked the score all day.
Somebody posted a list of Test match runs after 121 innings. Yeah, there it is.
Jeez.
Bradman Smith and Hammond Sobers. And like you have to go down for to start getting other modern players.
And all the Smith runs have been tough runs, I reckon. Most of them. I mean, he hasn't
He
feasted
scored
on.
big runs in innings when the rest of the team.
That was a run out.
200.
Yeah, you're right. He's not batted with a great lineup either.
245 for 5 at lunch.
The thing is with Smith, he's not batted behind like Langer and Hayden sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly kind of thing I was going to say. Like if you compare these types of innings to say, particularly something like Mark Taylor, and particularly his big innings, he was able to get those big innings because
He had a platform.
everyone who batted with, they stuck around for a long time.
Yeah. Smith, like in the
amount of
first
times
test.
he carries his bat.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, wow, if he could have batted for another 50 overs, what would have he done? Oh, he's gone.
Well, Moshi, it seems like the Panthers have all taken your advice, and they're all getting out. None of them are wasting any time at all, but not in a good way.
Well, they should prioritise getting runs than getting out. But when I said out, I meant like one wicket to freshen things up a bit, not everyone getting out within 2 overs.
And they say these days that cricket commentary is too kind. I'm glad we've freshened things up in the commentary box today. Moshi holding nothing back on his commentary debut. Live from Prague.
Looks like I think that's Chris batting for the Czech Republic 18.
Yes. Except for when you stand in front of it.
Apologies to all listeners who may have heard some near profanities. None were actually spoken, but we all know what he was thinking. Well, Moshi, you said that you didn't want any test match batting in the T20s today, but now I think they're in test match mode.
Yeah, just defending, really, you know.
So they've got 6 overs left. Panthers still require 120 runs. They need 20 and over. Realistically, Moshi, I mean, I know we're both optimistic at the best of times, but realistically, I think we have to put this one to bed. What do you think Panthers should look to do for the rest of their innings?
Just I think that, you know, don't feel the pressure because you've pretty much lost already, and just try and get in and get some runs so you can, and then look at this match as like a warm up to the whole tournament. Yeah, I'm not optimistic now, and I usually am quite optimistic. like when England needed those runs in the Ashes in the last test, I was optimistic that they were going to get it, and they did, but I don't think it's realistic here.
Well, there could be a chance here. There's a beautiful clean pickup, but that throw has gone several miles wild. You boss?
I will not disturb.
No, it's fine. I turned it off.
No, nothing. Just I want to check my screen.
Yeah. So for all of these games, all of the ones on this pitch. So it's if you
All the
download
games.
this app.
All the games.
Yeah.
Update, no?
If you download this app.
Yeah, I have, but we don't have internet.
Oh, okay.
Sorry to disturb you.
No problem, mate. Yeah.
So, for the Panthers,
My missus is watching. She will allow me next time.
it's another 4 by Khan, so they have 10 runs off the over
36.
so far after 4 balls. 10 off 4.
Thank you.
Oh, 10 runs off 4 balls.
Khan looks like a handy player, doesn't he? You just wonder whether he should have been coming a bit earlier up the order.
2 sixes and you're
He looks very competent. That was another nice nicely timed dab out to cover.
But the Winterthur fielders have
Going for a medic
this
cut stuff.
this covered his
We've got
favourite shot so far, and they have two fielders around the area he likes to hit it.
then there's another wicket that falls. LBW this time. There have been some dubious LBW decisions today. What did you make of that one, Moshi?
Bit of infection
I don't know, like, I think the batsman could have maybe done better, and whether it was LBW or not, it's hard to tell from our angle. But yeah, Panthers really need their batting if they. I'm not talking about having a chance in this game, but having a chance in the whole tournament, maybe.
We're really lucky to have this sort of setup, you know.
Yeah.
10 years ago, we couldn't have dreamed of having something like this. This used to just be like the middle of the field. It was just like, just literally nothing here. Nothing
Yeah, like,
here.
just, for cricket in the Czech Republic, it's a bit.
Just playing the music and we have a request for burning down the house.
So Moshi, you were just talking about the setup here in Vinoř. What do you think about cricket being played here?
Well, I think that, it's not a million miles away from Prague, but if you look, there's a couple of houses around. Otherwise, it's just a field with two cricket fields. So I think, having a camera and being able to stream it live, it's very good, We just had some talking between the fielding side and umpire. Walked in to see what's going on.
Scott, mate, I tell you, captaining this one is the toughest thing I've ever done.
I've done it once. Give the balls with wickets.
Mate,
I had a great time captaining her. I wanted her next week and she was doing something with some fucking boyfriend.
probably playing cricket for another team.
Priorities. That's what I say to the whole team. You've got to sacrifice.
Every time she misfields, Jesus.
How did he control it? Was it romantic or was it just like wringing the bottom of the cereal bowl?
Basically, yeah.
Oh, look what I found. I've dissected this.
So the rest of my life and the honeymoon is to make up for that.
But how did he do it?
I just looked over to the other field, and there was a very good stop from the fielder, as it was a couple of centimetres away from the boundary, but he managed to get to it and stop it being a four.
No. I basically went. I went back home and I said, "Look, I'm going to be at home and at the beach. You want to get married?" She said,
You're too loud, mate.
"Good for her."
You're just too loud.
There's a couple of days
So Moshi, who's your favourite cricketer? I don't think you're going to say Ibrahim, to be fair. But tell me, who's your favourite cricketer?
Well, it was definitely Anderson. I like James Anderson a lot, but I like Joshua Archer as well. I haven't got the chance to see him play on TV many times, but from what I have seen, he's a very good bowler who's decent with the bat as well. So yeah, Archer as well.
Excellent. And there's just a small break in play as the umpires are sorting something or other out. And in the meantime, I like the Winterthur players who are, yes, you guessed it, they are stretching.
Never ending.
They're just on some never-ending yoga retreat. They're not coming here to the Pepsi Cup to play cricket. They've come here to perform their yoga, and the cricket, if anything, is an inconvenience to their yoga.
Oh, to be fair, after a lot of pre-game yoga, they did score 226 runs. So
Do you think yoga would help you in cricket?
Don't see why it would really, but I don't know.
I'm really looking forward to this post-match interview. So you're going to ask them about the yoga. You're going to ask them why they were batting so slowly.
Maybe tell them to start get Bahrain to be a test country and get a couple of these players in. And, but ever since I said that they should, that a loss of a wicket wouldn't damage them that much.
Ooh.
They've lost four wickets, and it seems as if everyone's trying to be out. I'll field it, and there's only single for Panthers. That one well fielded, and it is a single.
I cannot delete this wicket, the one who did.
Did you add it or did you?
Oh, I already added it, so I'm trying to. Actually, the guy was coming here, right? Then they gave the not out, but I already added. But I
That's
needed to
powerfully
delete it.
struck straight down the wicket. But again, just a single.
That's a single.
Panthers just haven't been able to build any momentum at all during this innings. It's been a slow car crash.
If they wouldn't lose, because I think a couple of the wickets were fairly, they didn't have to be out, and they could have done better, but they just need to start scoring runs. I'm not familiar with the Panthers team, so I don't know how far down the order they have any batsmen who are capable of hitting any sixes, fours, and scoring any runs. But in this game, what I've seen, no one can score any sixes.
Oh, really? What is this?
Oh, it's spray. Vinoř. They want some spray.
Okay. I'll be with you in a second.
Okay. As calm. Six, but no one. That ball.
I think 5 overs left. I can put the value.
Salim bowling. It's flicked away for a single.
Okay, fine.
आपकी to be wife
Yeah.
is asking to join as well. It's up
Okay.
to you guys.
Yeah, no
We
problem.
are decent boys, so we go to a decent pub and all that.
Nay, I said I only go with indecent people.
Hit.
And if you spend enough time with me,
Another single.
Then you'll know how indecent you are.
we have some fun. I'll show you nice places. Just decide what you want to,
After match, 3 o'clock match.
because we have to stay the whole day until. We'll probably finish about 6. Then we have to clean up here as well. So
That's nice.
Evening,
If we can
evening.
help you out.
yes,
We can finish it up quickly and we can go, man.
yeah. And
That's a hit.
Who is doing the
To the
commentary?
offside, and it's a single.
me and Moshi has come for some work experience.
Oh wow.
Meet Moshi.
Hi.
Meet one of the players.
Shubham. Nice meeting you. How old are you?
Wow.
Wow. You have the passion for cricket and all that sort of stuff. You from England?
My dad is.
Nice meeting you. Thank you.
It's a single for the Panthers.
Both. Brilliant. Okay. Oh, that's a
The
good
batsman.
shot.
Six.
Moshi, I think you wanted just Mino wants you just behind that. I forgot your name already. Santosh. Do you want to come on commentary?
So the online scoring will not be updated for the remainder of this match. It can't be.
Okay.
So I'm just going to have to go by the scoreboard.
Are your eyes okay? There are only like 4 overs left anyway.
Yeah. And thankfully it's not really any doubt about what's going to happen. So
I can imagine this being a bit controversial in a tight game now.
Unfortunately, the online scoring has a bug and has stalled. After 17 overs, Panthers are 4 for 125. Reminder that their target was 227. So it is not going to be chased down in the last 3 overs. And very quickly after this match has completed, we will be going live for the third and final game of the day here on the Chateau field. Panthers, who are batting at the moment, will be playing against Awali in our next stream match. So it will be the two teams who have lost already today who will be playing. With a slap shot there to the mid-on fielder for 1 run. So while Panthers are slowly going their way towards a defeat, they will be hoping for many a lesson learnt from this match when they take on Awali in the next game. It's lofted and the fielder comes under it and takes the catch. Another wicket there for Winterthur. Jumped on him. Oh yeah.
Mino, can you just do the end of this match with Moshi, please?
So if you save and unlock the game. Save and unlock the game.
So Moshi, I've just entered the commentary box, and can you give us a bit of an update as to what's going on?
Well, from what I can see on the screen, Panthers are. Oh, okay. Panthers are now 125 for 4. For 6. 125 for 6.
So Moshi, they have quite a few runs to chase, don't they? How many overs are we at the moment? 20 overs. Not 20 overs. 15 overs.
But looking at the board back there,
Yeah.
we are on 17 overs.
Okay, so we have two different scoreboards in front of us, and both getting a little confused here. So we have a few overs left of the game now, and quite a big score to chase.
Well, they need 100 and they need 100 runs. 100 runs from less than 3 overs. So chances, well, they would need a lot of wide and no balls bowled at them to win.
So, Moshe, we have our second game, which is almost over now, and the third game coming up soon. What are your thoughts about the Pepsi Cup so far?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. But it seemed that on this field, the games have been more straightforward, like that second innings. But yeah, I'm hoping for. But I'm still enjoying it, even though a lot of runs are required. But yeah, hopefully some exciting games are coming up quite tight.
Well, Moshi, I remember when I first met you about 5 hours ago. You were quite shy to hold the camera and the microphone, and here you are leading the way for me as well in the commentary box. I hope you're looking forward to the next few days. In fact, in the next few days, we'll definitely have a great atmosphere. We can say that the carnival is just starting now, actually. We have much more music to come and much more fun to come. So, Moshe, I hope you have a lot of free time over the next few days so you can join us.
Yeah, we'll definitely be here tomorrow, so I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm really glad your school is being rebuilt now, actually.
Yeah, I am too. Definitely not, especially now. I don't want to come back, go back now.
Mm-hmm. So I just actually showed Moshe the number of views on our YouTube stream, and Moshe is quite surprised that we have so many people tuning in. And do let us know where in this world you're from. We have Rishabh Bhardwaj. I actually remember him. You know, Moshe, when I came 2 years ago, he was part of the Sledgehammers team. And I actually remember him when he scored many runs, and he was played very well actually. So Rishabh, we miss you as well this year. Your team are on the pitch right now playing against the Czech team, and they're really putting up a good fight. Isn't that right, Moshe?
Yeah, the batting I guess, wasn't what they maybe expected and wanted maybe a bit more from this field, but I can't quite update you on the score now.
Because we can't see it.
But yeah, I definitely registered a couple of wickets falling for the Czech team, but I'm not sure. I can see 1, 4, and some number about to be added. I think it's 143 for 7, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
After
So they have about 50 runs to chase, right? How many overs are they at, Moshe?
can't, 1 to go.
One over to go.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 over to go. Oof. Well, I think in the next 10 minutes, I think Sledgehammers might throw a bit of a party, so we better watch out for that. I actually just interviewed Sledgehammer's newest mascot. He is a young boy, 9-year-old boy, who's actually come all the way from India to support the Sledgehammers team, and we'll upload that on Facebook shortly, actually. And I think Moshe is inspiring a lot of the youngsters today to join us in the commentary box. Moshe, is this something you would pursue in the future?
Yeah, definitely. I enjoy commentating, and I've been told many times that I should be a commentator.
By who? Is it by mommy?
Yeah, my mum's told me many times, and I always knew that I enjoy commentating, but I've never really got a chance to commentate something like this.
Well, Moshe, I'm very sure that over the next few days we'll have many more views coming in, because we've just started the tournament actually, and people are likely to be at work, or people are likely to be busy during the day today. So they will probably be more available the next few days. So we'll have a lot more people to tune in.
Just saw a horrible ball from the bowlers. No ball over the batsman's waist without bouncing, and it goes for 4 runs.
Yes, Moshe, I saw that as well, and I think we're just in the final few stages of this game now, and they have a big score to chase, but they haven't kept their morale down. You can see they're still fighting. They've still got their eye on the prize, Panthers.
Yeah, looking at the scoreboard, it says 133 for 4, but 6 wickets have actually gone, so the score is 133 for 6. We are in the 19th over, and of course a target of 227. But these last couple of overs have definitely been fairly positive from the Panthers.
Oh, what a shot! That was a nice sweep there.
And it's gone for 4. Yeah, so these last couple of overs from the Panthers, I think they will definitely want to take them and play them 20 times in their next match.
I think the Panthers were actually telling us that they were really looking forward to coming to Prague. We did a pre-match interview with them. They're just as excited as everybody else. And that was a close call again. Things are getting quite exciting now, I think, Moshe. I think everyone seems to be quite warmed up and into the spirit of the game. I think people were a bit cold this morning.
Well, yeah, but I think end of the game. End of the game
That was a nice smooth transition there, Moshe.
as Panthers fail to chase down the score. But yeah, I think that to be fair, the Panthers are from Bahrain. Bahrain. So it's very different conditions there than they are here. They even mention it that coming from 45 degrees here to it was very windy not that long ago and not 45 degrees, so different conditions in Switzerland. Definitely the conditions are
Much cooler.
definitely more similar to the Czech conditions.
Well, thank you for joining us in this game. We have a few post-match interviews to get through, and as team doctor, we do also have a lot of requests to get some deep spray in. So we'll catch you in the next game.
So we have to pause the stream as well.
Yeah, I'll do with that. You guys do with the she's got to do some medical stuff.
Very. Seems like a manual, something like manual, but I'll check with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you stop the stream? How do you keep it up? The next game's at 3 o'clock. Oh, it's 3 o'clock already?
Yeah.
Time's gone quickly today, hasn't it?
Winterthur.
So, are you trying to stop it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
There's that
a different screen.
Yeah, there's that other page, wasn't there? I think first thing you have to do that, scroll across there.
I just went to the videos live. This one. Where is it on stream?
End screen. That's not an end screen, that's end screen. I reckon what you need
Don't. No, leave that one because we're so quick in transitioning for the next one. We just want to stop this and switch to the other one.
Sweet.
Oh. Click on the logo. No, that just shows us what we see. It was in here.
This is how we got to the main screen. Alright. Can I see my batting sheet?
Yeah, stream. Not here, no. Oh yeah, this isn't up to date. There's a problem with the app that paused partway through, so this is where it got to.
Okay, now
There was a problem with
okay, so this is Bilal Alavi. No?
yeah, I know.
And I think
Yeah,
he
there's
made-
one of these wickets didn't actually happen, and
Yeah, I
this
think
is
this
the
one.
problem that's shut it down. It can't progress.
So it says offline now. So can you just check on that screen to see if it's still up or not?
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
Still streaming, but maybe this is a little bit behind.
It says streamed live less than 1 minute ago.
Yeah, I think you stopped it and started it again.
I don't think I've pressed anything which would have started it though. Or stopped it.
The fact that it said started 1 minute ago. Yeah, see the live
Yeah,
the
it
live
said-
feed just showed that car that's down there going past the camera.
Okay.
And then we should see him soon.
You're right, Ross.
Can we watch it on YouTube later? Or
Yeah,
is it-
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
you will be able.
Okay, cool. So just the same link, but then.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool,
it's,
thanks.
it's all on the Czech Cricket Facebook pages.
Cool, thanks.
Outside. Isn't it?
Oh.
Sledgehammer is on the side.
No.
No, it's Panthers versus Awali here.
Don't know how we got to the first game there. That's not helpful for us.
So this one, the live stream,
Yeah, but it's still
Yeah.
live. It's still live.
stream.
That didn't take. They didn't take us anywhere though. That just takes us to New Street. So that's just really, really weird.
The stream is still live.
And when you click on live dashboard, now stream.
Entry.
There we are.
Okay, that's not straightforward at all. That's like
No.
taking you down a bloody rabbit hole, isn't it?
Yeah. It's ridiculous.